Welcome to Staffordshire, more specifically the River Dove, 3 or 4 miles north of a little village called Rocester. And I've come here today to walk the southern section of the Limestone Way. Now, I've walked the Limestone Way before, the northern part from Matlock up to Castleton. That was around about 2 or 3 years ago now. It seems like a lot longer, and I've been meaning to come and do this southern section for a long while. So as I've got 2 days spare, I decided to get the bus today from Chesterfield to Derby to Rocester, and then I've set off walking at around about 11 o'clock. So there isn't really a plan for tonight. The only plan really is to go to Matlock tomorrow and meet my friend Ray, and then I'm meeting Jay and a few others in the regular bushcraft forest, but that will feature in the next video. This video will be about the southern section of the Limestone Way. Okay, so no time at the present that I really should get moving and see how far I can get. I've got all my kit with me, got my tent and enough food for 2 days, so let's get walking. Friends, right over the path. Amazing. So for the last 2 hours I've been weaving my way through some farmland, or lots of farmland, and we're now onto a road. And I took a picture of the sign just back there because it said no sat nav. Once I was walking at Dovedale and I thought I'm going to go to Ashbourne and I'll let the sat nav take me which way it wants to go. I was using Waze and it brought me along this road. It went from a narrow road into a farm track, and I was getting in and out, opening gates. So we're rising up the hill now. It's been one gentle climb pretty much all the way, but as I've just come to the top of this rise now, I can see what looks to be Minning Low just over there, and I'm not sure if you can see them, but in the centre there are the wind turbines that you can see just above Carsington, near Brassington, and we're heading over that direction soon. So there we are, the mouth of Dovedale. But sadly we're not heading in that direction today. We're heading down to a bridge which is just there, and then up the hill to Thorpe. We've just crossed the bridge over the River Dove. We're going to be heading that way, but I'm going to have lunch, I think. Lunch by the river down there. This will do just nicely. The bridge is just through there. So it's been really good going so far. I think we've done nearly 9 miles, 8.8 according to ViewRanger, and the majority of it has been over farmland, so it's been quite tricky navigating through the different styles and finding the route itself. So thankfully I've been checking the map, I've also been using ViewRanger, and we managed to get this far. But that was a beautiful view down to Dovedale there. It really is a shame that this route doesn't go through Dovedale, but I'm hoping there's going to be some more nice views over the hill there. Perfect place to stop for lunch as well. I'd earmarked it on the map when I set off earlier on. I thought, right, if I can get that far, it's noodle time. I can also stock up the water supplies as well with the Sawyer filter. Okay, so I've eaten lunch. Now it's time to top up the water supplies. I've got the Sawyer Mini there with a 32 ounce bag, and I throw it in there. So that was a nice little break by the river there, but it's time to pick up the pace and let's see how far we can get tonight. I'm going to head up the hill to Thorpe now. We're now getting properly waymarked paths now. The Limestone Way. So Dovedale is just over that way now. We're in the firing range marked on the map. This is actually the first time I've been to this spot here. Obviously I've been at the top of the, well, been over the hill, been to the top of that hill there. But this is the first time I've actually been to the bottom of this firing range. Going to wave goodbye to Thorpe Cloud. It's a good job we're not bothered by cows, because there's a lot of fields you have to cross that are populated by cows on this trek. Welcome to Tissington, a very picturesque little village. I wouldn't dare to think, or dare to imagine what the house prices are here. Famous for well dressings. So I think is it spring when they have the well dressings? Someone will correct me or write it in the comments. We're going to head up and round through the church now. I do believe we're crossing the Tissington Trail. Let's have a look if I can find somewhere where there's no nettles for me to stand in. We certainly are. The view is opening up once again. What goes down must come up. Time for a sharp climb out of the valley. We've reached the top with a little help from the upkip poles. We're heading down into Parwich now. So we're in Parwich now. It's another one of those places where I've driven through but never actually walked through before. But it's very picturesque. We've just begun the ascent out of Parwich now, and we're there. Nice gentle walk across the farmlands now. I've had a revelation in recent weeks. Poles. I've only ever used them really when we were hiking in Scotland or the Lake District, and just used them for descent really. But about 2 or 3 months ago, I went a little bit too hard at Cannock Chase on the mountain bike, and I fell off at Sherwood Pines as well. So I damaged my knee, my left knee, and that's why there's not really been a great deal of walking videos just recently, because I've been out on the bike, or I've just been out on local walks, or sometimes in the Peak District without the camera, just to strengthen the knee back up again. So this walk really, one of the main reasons why I decided to do it is to get some confidence back in the strength of the knee, and it's feeling good. I've been pacing it out with the poles, and it just feels like you go into overdrive. You can step it up a gear when you've got the poles out. But at the start of the day there was no chance, because it was just too much weaving and winding over stiles like this actually. But one thing I will say, the path is much better waymarked in Derbyshire than it is in Staffordshire. Obviously I'm biased because I'm from Derbyshire, but obviously there's only a really small section of it in Staffordshire, so more money must be thrown at it to keep it nicely waymarked in Derbyshire. The northern part of this route that I did a few years ago from Matlock up to Castleton is really enjoyable. That first bit from Matlock to Bonsall, Matlock is actually a branch off. I think it's Bonsall where it continues up, but you can take the branch path to Matlock. But from there it's farmland like this, White Peak scenery, and then as you head over towards Bradford Dale it starts to get really nice, and Lathgill Dale, and over to Monash, and it's really nice from then on. There's Balladon Village, and we're about to climb out once again. There's the old church. We're heading up the hill. Another steep descent coming up now. I'll be glad of the poles. Nothing coming. Off we go. There's a road section now for a while, but I think it's a quiet lane, so we're okay. Some really interesting rock formations over there. It's called Rocester Rocks. There's another one right in the centre of the field there. It's just gone 6 o'clock and the sun's due to set at 19 minutes past 7, so we've got a few more hours light left. Let's keep moving. Almost at the top of another climb, heading over to Longcliffe. There's Carsington down in the valley there. And welcome to the High Peak Trail. This is where the Limestone Way intersects. Crosses over basically. Down that way is Middleton Top, and that way is Parsley Hay. 8.5 miles to Parsley Hay and 3 miles to Middleton Top from here. But today, I'll turn that on my nose, we've been walking for 6 hours 45 and we've done 17 miles, 2,500 feet of ascent. But I still feel quite good actually. It's 6:45 at the moment. The sun's due to set at 20 past, so we've still got another hour's worth of light really, and I feel quite good to push on and then possibly find somewhere without any cattle to camp. What a beautiful day. So we've just passed through Ibble and we're heading across the fields, and the moon's rising, so no need for head torch this evening. I still feel good, so I'm going to power on for as long as, well, as long as I feel. Okay, so welcome back. We've made it to Matlock. I got a little bit carried away. As I passed, where was it? Bonsall, I thought, this is the point of no return now. There's going to be no camping spots. There's a lot of cattle on this route, so there is limited wild camping availability. And the one place that I saw, it was right next to Longcliffe Quarry, so it would have been noisy all night. So I thought, why not? I'll bash it all the way to the end. 23 miles and 9.5 hours long. Okay, so as always, thanks for watching, subscribing, everything that goes with it, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.